If I was starting out completely from scratch and I wanted to make $20,000 a month, this is exactly what I do. And really, there are four types of wholesalers who are trying to make 20 grand a month, right?
Yep.
There's obviously the ones that, they don't have a lot of money, they don't have a lot of time, and they need the most help possible. So, what we're going to do today is show with you exactly how four types of wholesalers can make $20,000 every single month. So this is really exciting. This is awesome. And we're going to show exactly if you have no money, you have some money, you're part-time, full-time, any type of wholesaling, how you can get rich and start making a ton of cash, a ton of money wholesaling real estate. So if you are excited, ready to go, let's break this all down and let's share exactly how you can start getting rich wholesaling real estate. So let's kind of talk about $20,000 a month, right? That is, we used to say six figures, 100K, but let's make, why do I say 20 grand? Because the average deal, if you do what we say, is going to be about $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not even asking for much. We're asking for $20,000 a month. We're asking one deal a month from you. Am I asking too much? I don't think so. And what would $20,000 do to change your life? I think it would change your life insane. I don't know you, but when I was broke, 20 grand, it would change everything, right? So that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, something about getting that first check in your hand that like you guys all understand the theory and it's real. It's not like these fake Amazon stores or anything like that. And I remember getting like that first check. It's so shocking to you because you never see that money at once. You're usually getting, a couple hundred here, maybe 1,000. And I can't emphasize to you the joy it brings to you when you get that first check. And I remember just staring at it. And then the biggest part, the first one was actually, in my opinion, easier than the second one because you go, okay, I got to do this again. And the reason why you guys say that is because anybody can get lucky, but someone that really works on it gets lucky every month, 20K. That's what we're here for today.
Yeah. And the point of today is we're going to show you how you can make this a repeatable business. And I think that's the thing that is the best change for you is this business can be repeated every single dang month. Now, as you know, if you want to consistently make money wholesaling, you have to consistently wholesale. I don't think I'm asking too much at you here. I don't think I'm asking too crazy, but let's kind of break this down and let's just get straight into it. Let's just get straight in the information. Let me show you exactly how you can do it step by step so you can be as successful as possible wholesaling real estate. So we actually have a mind map. So I know we haven't talked about mind maps too crazy in wholesaling, but this is actually our mind map. So what it basically is kind of mapping out my mind of how to make money wholesaling houses. Now, these are a little big because there's definitely a lot in these. And we're going to give access to everybody in the free course, wholesale.com, this mind map today. But really, this is as much detail as I can. We don't want to hit the whiteboard every single video, but I know it's all the way down here. There's a reason why. There's a lot when it comes to a $5,000 a month budget, but about a $5,000 a month budget, all the way down to if you have a $0 a month budget, your budget is $100 or even $500 a month, right? So there is really four types of budgets I would say most wholesalers have, and these are the four concepts or the four starting points you have. Now, I want to make this very clear. If you have $500 a month in budget, you can spend a considerably less amount of time in this business than if you have no money. I don't think that's a crazy statement, right?
No, it's listen, there's plenty of ways to get this done. I find the people with the lowest amount of budget, they tend to focus the most to get this done. A lot of people that have big budgets assume everything's going to be done for them, and it leads to dismay. And then a lot of people who spend the big budgets come back to me and Zach through freewholesaling.com and go, hey, how do I really do this business? Because let's face it, guys, you've got to get a lot of opportunities when you start out. Nobody just gives you 1,000 leads. You got to go out, you got to hustle, and you got to get them. There's a paid way, there's kind of an earned way, and there's just so many ways to do it. But most of you here are starting with little to no capital, just like me and Zach did. And That is when you learn the most in wholesaling. Not the least, the most. The next 3 to 6 months will predicate on your future success for the next 10 years. Why? Because your willingness to do what we tell you to do without questioning it. Guys, I'm a C- student, okay? I'm the person that I just was never made to get a good job. But I'm just dumb enough to be a really good wholesaler because I just do the process. And I've learned the smartest people tend to work for me. The ones that are just crazy enough, dumb enough to do this business, they do very well because they just want to move forward. Smart people want to look good always, and you're not always going to look good wholesaling. In fact, it's going to get a little ugly before you really look good. The difference is, do you want to look good or do you want to feel good, or do you want to look good and feel good? Choose how you do it. Either way, you all are going to go on the same journey of wholesaling. You're going to have to master marketing.
That's the first part. And, that, guys, when you look at dispositions and acquisitions, all these different fancy things, it's really not that complicated. You just got to learn how to find really good wholesaling deals, and you'll consistently get them in your pocket. So let's kind of break down these type of budgets, this guide, where we should start. So obviously, we're going to start off with no money, because let's just assume you have no money. Then we got some other budgets. It does get a lot easier. But let's say you tell me you have no money. Now let's clear the air of what no money is. You're broke. Okay, yeah. You got no cash. You have no money at all. And you're saying, Zach, I have nowhere to go. I have no money and I need to get rich. Now, you're asking a lot of me. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but like, you tell me you have literally $0. Like, you can't even go drive for dollars, right? Okay. That's okay. I think most people have $100 to $200 to spend, but that's okay. If you have absolutely no money at all, you have to just agree to one thing. I'm only asking one thing you have to agree to.
Without question.
If you have no money, you have no reason to complain. You actually can't afford to complain to me. All right. So this is the thing. You have no money to go throw at a problem, so you cannot complain to me the solution. All right. Unless you can pay for a better solution, tell me. But there's really not many options when you have no money, but there are plenty of them where you can have success. So as long as we understand, if I tell you, hey, you're broke, you have no money, well, you got to do this. I don't want to do that. For example, I know people that are broke. I say, why don't you knock on pre-foreclosures? But what if they say something mean? What? Dude, you're broke. You can't afford to be lazy. You can't afford to stay this way. You can't.
Guys, listen, if a lot of you look at like broke as like it's your Achilles tendon, it's poor me. I'm here to tell you, I've been on both sides. You know which side I choose. But I learned the most in wholesaling when I was broke, when I had absolutely no money and I had to figure it out. And because you think being broke is your problem, it's actually your solution, because what problems do you have other than paying some bills? You have plenty of freaking time. You don't have a lot of distractions unless you're watching a lot of Netflix. You only have one way, is to just spiral that baby up. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, when you do get successful, you get a whole new set of problems. Everybody gets problems. God has an amazing way. He's going to give you problems. The beauty is, if you start now when you're broke, a lot of you think, I got to wait till I get X amount of capital. I got to wait till like my aunt so-and-so passes away. It's ridiculous, guys. Being broke is your superpower. Do you think Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, they all started with golden parachutes? They took massive risk. Now you're doing a little bit different in wholesaling. It's a proven method and you can go wherever you want. If you're using your brokenness as an excuse, you're already done out the gate. Look at this. I have nothing more to do than study and learn wholesaling. I get 17, 18 years old all the time. I go, my God, I would trade everything I have just to go back. Not my family, but to go back and get your youth. Because I didn't start till I was 33. I don't care if you start till you're 65.
Don't erase me.
Huh?
Don't erase me.
I wouldn't erase you.
I'm a moneymaker, okay?
I'm telling you guys, it's being broke is the superpower. And a lot of people are telling you, you can't do wholesaling, you're broke. I don't know anyone who started wholesaling that had $50,000 laying around. The reason you get into wholesaling because it's low risk, high reward. But you're going to have to do this stuff. He talks about like, I don't want to do this, I don't do that. It's the difference between what we call a smart person and a dumb person. I personally, I'm kind of dumb. He's a lot smarter than I am. I would get schooled on an IQ test, but you know what? I'll school you on is doing wholesale deals. And like, that's it. So at the end of the day, would you rather be a smart person that always seems right, that looks good, has the fancy car, the over leveraged house? Or do you want to be like the dumb wholesaler that all I care about is my freedom of time to spend with the people I love the most and to make my bank account look like a phone number? Which is the bigger flex, guys? And I'm telling you, I created my wealth where a lot of you are right now. I was so frustrated. I go, this is the option I'm going to make work. I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to figure this out. These guys are not smarter than me. I'm more relentless and I'll work anyone. If you have that attitude, everything me and Zach show you today is on your plate to do it. I made the most money when I was broke. And a lot of you think, well, I'm not making any money because I'm broke now. The skill sets you learn today are what's going to feed you for the next 22 years of wholesaling.
Yeah. Okay. So if we understand we can't afford to make excuses, let's just take it. Let's take it and let's make some money. So, okay. $0 a month budget, right? This is what I'm assuming. Okay. You have no money. So let's talk about this. Okay. Well, we got to talk about some things when you have no money, right? I think some of the things we should really understand first and foremost is, all right, we need to understand lists. We need to understand the channels. We got to understand what budgets we're going to have. Oh, I have no money. There are budgets. We'll talk about that. KPI tracking, tools, and really a knowledge base of how we're going to gain more knowledge so we can have more money and more success. So let's break down lists first, right? I think everyone knows the list when you have no money, but you have government lists, drawing for dollars, JV leads. These are the primary three things we can do when we have no money. Now, we can go deeper onto government lists, right? I mean, I think as a beginner, these are the ones to focus on. There are more, but let's not try to make this crazy. Can you do test talking there?
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Let's do it.
Yeah, just unplug it, plug it. Plug it. All right. So that's how you do it. So basically from there, we ordered it. It did not come in the mail yet, but hold on. Talk.
Nope, it didn't yet. There it goes.
All right, cool. We ordered that mic. We ordered the whatever. Okay. It didn't come in today?
I gotta look. It's too cold to go outside.
Oh. But basically, these are the government lists I would say are the go-to in my opinion, right? These are going to be code violations, fire damage properties, liens, tax delinquencies, arrest records, pre-foreclosures, divorce, bail bondsmen, property auctions, and probates. Really stick to those. Now, I've seen a lot of comments lately saying, Zach, this is my favorite. Zach, I tried to pull the list and I couldn't get it.
You want me to take that one for you?
I got one answer.
Go ahead.
Good. That's awesome. Yes. Woo. High five. We love seeing that. You know why? That means every other person who tried to get it, they couldn't get it. So here's the cool part. If you can find a solution, you are going to get a list that no one else in your county can get. Oh, wow.
Guys, this is the example of, I know I'm using the smart dumb thing, but like I'm just hung up on it. A resource. Who goes and gets resources? People that have capital, right?
Yeah.
You can buy any piece of resource you want if you think it's value. So think of your resource as the hammer, right? It doesn't matter. So now the resourcefulness, which is non-negotiable as a wholesaler, is it's what you do with that hammer. Do you understand that? It's what you do with your words. It's how you talk to people. It's how you set people up. You do framework. And so a person will go like this with a hammer. They go, it didn't go in. So the person might get a pair of pliers, get something, maybe get a bigger hammer or do it. And they work it in there and they go, listen, I'm going to get this nail in no matter what happens, period. That's resourcefulness, how you decide to use the tool and get creative with it. A lot of guys with your list of stuff done some of the amazing things with it. And you've taught me and Zach so much, but I'm just telling you, you're going to hit roadblocks. When you can't get the list, it usually means you're on to something good. And number two, now that you've identified it's not the easiest list, you're going to have to earn it. You simply are going to have to overcome resistance with persistence. I didn't say be a bully. I didn't say be nasty. You have to learn to talk to people and you got to learn how to volley questions back to them to the point they give you the outcome of the answer you want. Now, here's the really cool one. I don't know how many lists we have. I know there's more than 10 lists minimum. All the different types of government lists is if you ask for 10 and get 4, you made incredible progress. Some of you guys I didn't get to 6. I failed. This is how business really works. Go swing the bat at 10, get 3 or 4, get started, and then get resourceful and figure out, Rick, how do I get resourceful? Ask her another question, ask for a supervisor, or why don't you use your rapport building skills like I teach you with motivated sellers and connect with these people through family photographs, pets, sports teams, and stuff like that. And then worst comes to worst, sometimes, have you ever been so frustrated with something like I lose my phone like it's all the time. He knows this.
Yeah.
And when I get flustered or I'm trying to do too many things, that phone could be staring right at me, literally right at touching it. I go, I can't find it, Zach. You see it anywhere? And you're like, a lot of times, if you take 5-10 minutes, pull back, or a couple days and come back, there's new employees, there's another employee there, or they're having a better day. You just got to retool. The only way you can get these lists when you get resistance is you have to be extremely persistent. And if you do that, your 4 will turn into 6 or 7. I never said you're going to bat 100%. I didn't get 100% of those lists. I go, how'd you do it? Because I sent an email to all of them and I got 1 back. Guys, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Decide if you're going to be relentless in getting these lists. Remember, the more lists you get, the more opportunities you have, the more experience, the more reps, and the sooner you are to make your $20,000 check.
That's how you do it. I'm telling you right now, if you want to find the solution's here. If you want to talk about it, how do you do it? I get people, what kind of hammer? Should I get a Home Depot hammer or a Lowe's hammer? It's a hammer. Go use the hammer. Okay. So those are the lists to be doing. Now, because if you can't get them, you keep going after it because it's government data. You're able to get it. I always tell people this is not the Bay of Pigs invasion, secret documents, right? Like this is not presidential classified military information here. Okay. You're able to get the information about who is in foreclosure or not. We teach all the stuff in freewholesaling.com. So like, it's not even a problem, but those are the lists to be doing. If you're telling me you're broke and you don't pull this list, this is why you're broke. FYI. Now, drawing for dollars. If you have the ability to do it, I say do it. Some of you guys are broke. You can't do it. That's okay. Just telling you if you can, that'd be great. And then JV deals is an amazing list. Again, I'll tell you a little more about that down the line here, but you guys are watching this live, right? We have almost 50 people on TikTok. We got hundreds all over YouTube, Facebook, all these great things, right? And if you guys just decide to talk with each other on the live streams, that's networking. It's like being in a room. Like you guys you're already watching the video. Why don't you make a little comment? Hey, I'm from this area. How can I get into wholesaling? Right? We got AK says, I'm in Pakistan. How can you virtually wholesale from Pakistan? There we go. Simple as that, right?
You got access to a computer and some sort of phone. It's not that difficult.
If you have the ability to watch this video, you have the ability to wholesale. That's the most beautiful part about this, right?
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. So JV Deals is amazing. Just connect with people, guys. It's all about knowing other people, networking. Your network is your net worth to a point. I don't completely believe that. On the higher end of the spectrum, yes, it is. On lower end, sometimes not. Those are lists. Now, marketing channels. Again, we do not have that many marketing channels. It's not insane to me. And I'll be honest with you, it's not the most insane, right? We can call sellers up. We can send some texts. We can put sticky notes, reverse drawing for dollars, stuff like that. And we can do digital bandit signs. Now, I want to clear the air. A lot of people say, oh, January 27th, there's brand new regulations. No, let me be honest with you. I'm dropping a video on the 27th. It is the most in-depth video on this TCPA stuff. Let me spoil it for you. If you are not a realtor, you're good. That's basically it. Okay. And you're doing the marketing yourself. So if you just do what we teach at freewholesaling.com,
you're good.
Fine. So I'll leave the rest for you to watch the video. And if anybody can tell me that I'm wrong, I want you to watch that video, and I'm going to show you the case law showing wholesalers who have already shown by judges on circuit courts and district courts that you can call someone seeing if they're interested in selling the property, and it's not a violation of DNC if you are not a realtor. FYI, I actually have the case law and all the proof, and if you think I'm wrong, please show me proof. On top of that, too, people tell me wholesaling is illegal. Guys, here's the funniest part. I don't have a license. I wholesale a lot of deals all over the country. I have done deals in South Carolina since that new law happened, and my lawyers at the title company think it's legal, and they're doing hundreds of deals every single month, probably, because they're the only like.
I've been a bad boy for 22 years.
But here's the thing: show me one wholesaler in the country, and I this is not law advice because I guess I'm too dumb to be a lawyer right now. But I want to ask you this: if anyone says wholesaling is illegal, okay, guys, show me one person who has ever gotten in trouble for wholesaling houses without a real estate license. Show me one person. Name a name just for wholesaling. There's obviously people that punched people or like physical assault and
committed fraud, forgery. Those are basic laws on the books already.
One person. Show me one person. One. You can't. So what you say doesn't have valid. Now, is robbing a bank illegal? I could show you some proof of people every single day that have gotten arrested for that. I know people at speed that have been pulled over. I don't know.
You can't get arrested if you go too fast.
Yeah. I don't know one person wholesaling has ever been in trouble. Just FYI. So moral of the story, do not get a real estate license. That actually makes you illegal for calling if you get a real estate license because you're selling goods. Just watch the video on the 27th. It's actually going to be Monday. That's when the law actually isn't enacted. So at 1 o'clock, we're actually dropping that video. It's going to be insane. But yeah, the 1-to-1 consent law, very, very interesting. But I see the naysayers. Just FYI there. Now, on top of that too, digital bandit signs. Again, we actually just released this. This is amazing, by the way. We released 7 new courses in freewholesaling.com. Let me scroll on the bottom for you guys. We released 7 brand new courses in freewholesaling.com because I'm always here trying to give as much free value as possible. The course is called the Digital Bandit Sign Academy. And what that is it's my entire course within a course, basically, teaching you how to do digital bandit signs. It's absolutely for free. Let me show you. Let me actually just show you how easy it is. You just go to freewholesaling.com, which is scrolling on the bottom. Again, that's my free wholesaling community and course. So you go here. Okay. Go to freewholesaling.com. We got 10,400 people. Is that insane?
That's nuts.
Isn't that insane?
Sanity.
Oh, love it. But you go to Classroom, and we dropped our recordings, our employee training library, PPS 3.0.
PPS 3.0.
Our scripts and downloads, creative finance goals, never before seen trainings, 5K a day inbound leads, recorded appointments, right? But Digital Bandit Sign Academy is all in there. And this is our entire Digital Bandit Sign Academy. Absolutely amazing course within the course, but it teaches you how to post digital bandit signs. So I don't think there's any excuse why it's also completely free.
Guys, we give you the training for it. Like there's no gimmick. Like I'm giving you everything I got. Like that priority probate system.
PPS 3.0.
Guys, it's hands down the single top best producing trainer for probates. And I won't even tell you how much was sold on that one alone. And you guys kind of know the story. I ended it. Like I give it away.
Oh, we went back to our roots. So basically everything, all of our information is now 100% completely for free. We've given everything out for free. If you want to go and join us and see us live and like do a live event, you just got to have the X plan on X leads.
That's it.
That's it. So nothing is paid anymore. Everything is completely free. And yeah, it's insane. So yeah. Okay. So Digital Bandit Sign Academy, just go there inside of freewholesaling.com. I don't know what else you're doing if you're not in there. We actually dropped our JV contract in there too. But yeah. Okay. So that's our marketing channels. Now what did I just do?
I don't know.
Oh, I just moved knowledge base by accident.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Budgets. So what is your money budget? Oh, $0. Okay. I mean, I don't think this is a shocker, but yeah, no money. Now, what's your time budget? Now, I would tell most people, some of you have no money and only 20 hours. Maybe some of you have 40 hours. Right? There's a lot of different wholesalers out here. One thing I would let everybody know is you should try to at least get 40 hours in the week. Okay. So I'll tell you right now, 40 hours in the week. So that is going to be a decent amount of time. So I would want you to do at least 20 hours of that for cold calling. So 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, maybe you do 5 hours a day, 5 days a week if you want to go nuttier. But I'd say 2 to 7 p.m. are going to be your best cold calling times. And I would put an extra 20 hours into Skiptracing for free, which we'll show you the free tools for that here, and texting sellers on Google Voice. Our scripts for texting are all in there. All that stuff's in freewholesaling.com. So no really big shock there. But that is really how your budgets are. Now, our two biggest resources in wholesaling real estate, again, are two things we have to budget is time and money. Those are the only two resources we really can throw into wholesaling. And the cool part is you can throw a lot of money into your problems in wholesaling and solve a lot of them.
Yep.
You can throw money at Skiptracing and get that solved. You can throw money on leads and get VAs. You can throw money at Dispo and find better buyer data than just combing through Zillow or something like that, right? You could throw a lot of money at things, but there comes to a point where you still have to throw some time in there. So just definitely understand that first and foremost, right?
Yeah, it's
Time or money. That's it.
time or money.
It's all you can throw in this business. And so obviously time is going to be the best, but when we can mix it with money, that's when it gets very powerful. So KPI tracking. So what we should be, KPIs again stand for key performance indicators. Now, key performance indicators are what we should track. Now, when somebody tells me that their business isn't running well, what I like to do, just like a medical professional, I like to run a blood test. So if you say you don't feel good, okay, well, let's run a blood test. Oh, wow, you have overdosed on magnesium or like mercury poison, right? You just run a blood test. We test everything in there and just say, oh, wow, well, yeah, duh. Your blood pressure is this, right? So that's what I do in wholesaling. Maybe I'm the wholesaling doctor to a point, but I got to go out here and diagnose what's wrong. Most of the time, a simple blood test can show you what's going on. That's it. So what I like to do is in wholesaling, I like to, okay, well, in the past week or in the past month, how many calls did you make? Right?
Mm-hmm.
How many leads? How many people said yes?
Yep.
How many appointments did you get? How many offers did you make? And how many deals were closed for the month? Now, I know that's not, I'm not saying anything out of the ordinary here, right? I'm not trying to blow anyone's mind here, but like, those are the 5 I would probably keep track of. And if you're not keeping track of that, like, if you don't know how many calls you're making or how many texts you're sending out, right? Like, how do you know if you're going well or not? Now, if I could tell you what's the most important KPI, again, it's not deals closed, it's offers. Because I can tell you now, if offers are at 0, you're not making any money.
Nobody knows.
You've got no leads, right? So it all comes to this. Now, how do you get more offers? Well, you do more calls.
Yeah.
More calls, more leads. It's all about quality too.
And so guys, on those first 2 KPIs, the calls and the leads, I mean, you can break it down and get as detailed as you want, but the reality is that is the actionable steps you can take in wholesaling. And this is where all your effort has to be thrusted into this area, which we call marketing. And if you don't have this, you don't have to worry about appointments, offers, or deal close because I already know the answer. But one side is geared towards action, the other is result. I agree with all 5 of these points. They will tell you what's going on in the business. But if I'm seeing a lot of zeros across the board, all I have to do is look at how many calls you've made, how many leads are you planning on harvesting, and how are you attacking those leads? And I can go from there. But you guys, like, activity is everything, because some of you are so focused on the result, the appointments, the offers, and the deals, but you don't have enough activity to get your result. And the problem is we all want to close deals. That's never a question. Your beginning first 3 to 6 months, I would look at how much activity you do, how many calls, how many lists am I pulling, how many government lists am I doing. Now, you can break it down more detailed on this, but you got to take a ton of action to get a result. And if all you do is go, okay, I don't have a result yet, then your actions are going to wane and you're just going to get in a miserable cycle. Everything has to be about marketing and driving leads. And how you do that is just, what actions did I take to create more opportunities today? And you could simply write it in your Google Calendar. You can write it on a pad, but I'm just telling you, if you want to expand on your KPIs, do what I call like an activity report, which would be a combination of calls, the amount of people you touch every day. If you can tell me how many people you touched, I can tell you exactly where your wholesaling business is going. If you tell me touching 3 people a day, a receptionist touches more people than that. Like, when I tell you I have to have 10x opportunities, if you planned on doing 200, find a way to get in front of 2,000 people. That's what it takes, guys. I'm just telling you, this is the part where if I can take someone who's relentless that will do exactly what I tell them, they do very well. When the person goes, well, what if they reject me? How's that going to make me feel? What about my feelings? I don't give a crap about your feelings. If you want to be a successful wholesaler, just check it at the door. I saw this ridiculous, I can't undo this movie. I don't know if it's a series. I ain't going past it, where they sever the person's work to their personal life.
Severance,
If
yeah.
I could do that with you guys, I would do it, because your emotions have no say in wholesaling. Your seller's emotions have a radical say. Yours, check them at the door. Feelings going to be hurt? Check. I got cussed at. I got sweared at today? Check. They made me feel horrible about what I did? Check. Bring me more. I don't see, the people that are willing to go through those fires are going to get what they want at the end of the life. Remember, you're going to have to go through temporary pain to get what you want. If working out's like that and dieting's working out, why do you think wholesaling is going to be any different?
I'm telling you guys, just track those. And they're not hard. If you have no money, right? That's it, right? So the one thing I will let you know is in wholesaling, either the work is done or the work is not done. That is it. That's it. I just, it drives me crazy. So just understand this: calls, leads, appointments, offers. Go to Google Sheets and just protect it. That's it. Protect yourself by just knowing how many leads you're doing, and then you have no excuse why you're not doing well. So Google Sheets, track the data, you'll be pretty much good to go. Guys, the cash is what it's all about. Your feelings ain't going to matter. Now the tools, we have some pretty good tools at our disposal here that are free, which is awesome. We have truepeoplesearch.com, which is my favorite for getting anyone's phone number. We have cyberbackgroundchecks.com. We got Google Voice. We got Podio CRM. We got ChatGPT, Gemini AI. Those are free AI tools. As Google's AI is Gemini. Actually, no, it's Bard now, right? Is it Bard or I think it's
Bard.
Gemini now.
It's Gemini.
Yeah, they keep moving it. But ChatGPT, and those are ones we use for the skip tracing, for the dialing, for the texting. They're all free. Podio is a great free alternative. And then ChatGPT, Gemini AI. Now, on a knowledge base, guys, to get your knowledge right, obviously you have this channel, this YouTube channel, right? You have all the channels that we got, our live stream, stuff like that. But honestly, if you go to freewholesaling.com, the community, we let you know when we go live. We drop links to our videos. So you just got to be in the free course, right? But it's a free course. It's also our community. We have 10,400 people in the community.
You got to be doing something right.
That's a lot of people. And
I know.
I think
Well,
it's only a month and a half. We've
month and a
had
half,
this.
but
It's
they
crazy.
want to learn wholesaling. People are tired of like the old tired tactics. So the idea is, if you're willing to roll your sleeves up and do the work, we have a one-stop shop for you. Like there's no hidden agenda. Like we are truly the 100% free people, period. I don't know why you can do whatever you want, but I'm just telling you, like I fight through this fire. I do wholesaling every day. We did 2 deals yesterday, all virtually, all done for us. And a lot of the times we partner up with you guys, we do our own deals. I just love this business. It is extremely duplicatable. It is scalable. And I have never met a business where you can minimize your risk and maximize your reward. And listen, let's be honest. Wholesaler attracts people that have big dreams and like no money. That's me. That was him. And then once you get it, you can do whatever you want with it. My goal is you just give it away to everybody. Just help the people that helps you in your life. And if you truly want to do that, wholesaling can massively change your life. But let's stop talking about it and start doing it, because there's people that talk about it and there's people that actually do it. I've been doing this 22 years. Like I have a ridiculous passion for this business. I tell people I'm going to get into wholesaling and get the hell out of it as fast as I can. Why? If it brought you so much success, why wouldn't you just keep doing it? And so good wholesalers constantly do it because you buy assets that pay you the rest of your life. And if you want to do that, you're in the right place.
I'm telling you guys right now, you got all the knowledge you need to get rich. Now, the only thing that you need is to make a commitment. Now, you got to remember, this is a fight for your success, right? So if you're in a physical fight, UFC fight, right? If you think the guy's going to hurt you, you're already losing. Okay. You're already done. You have to think, at least believe that you're going to win.
What percentage do you think fights are solved before they're even in the match? Like they're already done.
Well, they're already done. It's all about training, but yeah, who knows? I'm
But
not a
it's no
fighter.
different in wholesaling. You have to prepare yourself mentally. Like, listen, I know I'm going to be attacked. I know people are going to question me. I know I'm going to do the opposite of what the norm is. Am I prepared to go through that battle? A lot of you say you are, but the first time you comes it, and like your mom goes, Johnny, what are you doing? That seems very scammy. You need to go get a safe job. What are you doing? And you're like, crap, that's my mom. Like, and I get it. I did the same thing. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to prepare your what we call your armor of shield, your conviction. Because conviction's what takes the arrows. And you ever watch 300? The guy holds his shields up, like 50 arrows hit it. He holds it up like that, and he holds it up. He takes his sword, goes, and just starts laughing. He's like, come on, man. That's what I need you guys to do.
How did they end up? How did that end?
It didn't end well.
It didn't
but
end well. Okay.
I mean, but they took, how big was the army they took on? They leveraged their position. They leveraged their skills. But I'm just telling you, you're going to get arrows. They're coming right in your back. Some are going to hit you square in the chest. And you just pick up your armor and just chink it off and go, dude, Rick and Zach prepared me for this. There's nothing you can tell me. And then I always say, the people that criticize you the most, they're always going to be below you. I guarantee you. Anyone above you, anyone who tries to criticize you above you,
if you have no money, your friends can do that too above you. But you got to see where it's at. But I will let everybody know, ZachDiscord.com. That is our Discord community. We go live every single Friday. We have hundreds of people go on those. It's absolutely an amazing way to learn. And there's everyone hanging out there all night, all day.
That's
it's pretty
crazy,
fun.
man.
There's always 5 or 6 people in the lounge that you can just hop on and talk. Like, guys, even if you're playing video games, hop on the lounge and talk while you play video games. There's always 2 or 3 guys in there that are at least doing a deal or 2 a month that you can just talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. You can't beat that in a community. So
guys, think about this.
Beautiful.
The first time Zach stuck a camera in my face, I didn't want to do it. And honestly, every being in my body was like, people are going to judge you. They're going to like.
No, you didn't care about that. You kept.
I didn't care all that much.
Can I tell you what you said?
What? It's my ADHD.
No. It was really bad. When I first put you behind the camera, right? So I made like 3 or 4 videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like, "Hey, I'm 19 years old. I made 50 grand." And I don't tell people many stories about why I started this YouTube channel, but I started the YouTube channel.
That's a good story.
Because I was making a lot of money wholesaling.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're doing great.
I was 19 years old. And this is when we started partnering up. And I started trying to like talk to other wholesalers and get more knowledge about new things, because my mind got blown by this new SMS thing. Because you told me, hey, there's this guys on Facebook groups talking about it. I said, huh, interesting. And so I went in there and I'm like, does anybody know about SMS? I'm doing, heck, you might even, if you guys in the Facebook group, you might even see my post. But like, I was like, we're doing like 40 grand a month. I'm trying to expand it. And the comments were terrible. Dude, you're 19. You're not making 40 grand. 19, you're stupid. You don't know it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm like, I need some credibility. Maybe I was 19. I was stupid. So I was like, hey, here's a house. I made $50,000. Here's the HUD. Here's the check, all these things. Lo and behold, I got all my buyers stolen by doing that. But I basically started the YouTube channel doing that.
Yep.
And the funny part was I decided to give all my info for free because I was making enough money wholesaling. I don't need to be selling courses and stuff. And lo and behold, I started sharing information for free. And I got some great info back, like on free mastermind on those Facebook groups. Now, certain Facebook groups, who shall remain nameless, kicked me out because they said, you're giving out too much free information.
You
Stop
can't do
doing
that.
it.
That's not good.
And so what I decided to do, and this is just me, I don't know if I should share this. I don't think I've ever shared this. I said, screw it. I'm going to make my own Facebook group. It's going to be the largest Facebook group in wholesaling real estate. Last year, Wholesaling Houses for Real has passed 147,000 people, making it the largest wholesaling real estate Facebook group in the country.
Hit it.
Yeah. I got kicked out of all the Facebook groups because I was giving out too much free information that it hurt the course sales. And I said, screw it. I'm going to make my own Facebook group and it's going to be free. And you know what I did to grow it? I said, hey, I had like, I don't know, 300 people in it, maybe 200 people.
Yeah.
Not many. Not many people followed me. And I said, I'm going to do a private Zoom with everybody in here. I'm 19 years old, by the way. Private Zoom with everyone in here. And so there's only 9 or 10 people in that Zoom. Every single week, I did that for a year straight. You know, hear something crazy? 10 out of 10 of those people on that Zoom, I have it all screenshot, made at least 100 grand a year.
Yeah.
The year after. Guys, if you bring 10 people and all we do is hang out every once a week, you're bound to make 6 figures. And it's insane. But like, guys, we give out all the info but the going back to this, the one thing you told me, I said, hey, can you just do a video about yourself? And then I said, hey, do a video about how to find a real estate deal. And then I came back to you after watching the video because I was editing it on iMovie.
Yeah.
And I said, why didn't you talk about probates? You love probates.
Yeah.
Your quote was, sure we should be telling people about that? That's
Yeah.
our secret list. I said, do it. And you're like, no, why would I do that? And I'm like, you didn't understand that. You're like, that's how we make a lot of our money. Why would I say it? I'm like, well, you're supposed to give people the best info. And that's when I stuck her face behind the camera, that's what you're freaking out over.
And that's it. But like, I equate it to like, I was never really meant to do videos, but Zach used to say, you got so much knowledge in your head. I go, dude, I got ADHD. I don't know how to put it out there. It like overwhelms me. And Zach, just do this little segment, And then what he said is just remember how you taught me, just do it the exact same way. I'm like, oh, okay. And guys, if you ever taught your own kids to do something, it's not as easy as you think it is. And you have to really simplify it and get their buy-in. And just what I'm trying to get to you. I do video now. When I first did it, I wasn't the best at it, but I just consistently showed up and did it. And after a while, you just figure it out. And you know what? I breathe, eat, and live this crap. It is not hard for me. Just standing in front of a camera, you just forget about it after a while. And like, honestly, I see all the comments. I care about what you guys think, but like, I love like hater comments. Just like nobody above me ever has talked down to me. Only people below. So just, you got to put in the time. You just got to show up. You're going to suck at the beginning. It's okay. Nobody ever starts out perfect. I don't care what it is, but the ones that stay there and don't quit, they get the job done.
I love the hater comments, not like from like wholesalers, but like just from new people. Cause it's always the funniest to me because everyone brand new thinks it's fake. So on Instagram, I do lots of viral videos, TikTok too. A lot of people actually follow us from TikTok now. I have certain videos. Like I made a video yesterday and I made some videos before where I said, hey, I got a house for free. And it's very like, whoa, what are you talking about? It got 3 million views on TikTok and all on Instagram. All these people are like, it's a scam. You can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's called, and then you guys go in the comments, guys. The reason I'm live here is like, guys, dude, you don't need to defend me in the comments. If you want to, sure. But like, it's called subject to, and Zach's done a lot of those. It's so funny. Subject to is not legal, and you got all these things. I was actually reading this book yesterday. It was kind of funny.
Which one's that?
How to Stop Foreclosure by, what's his face? This is a great book. How to Stop Foreclosure by Hall Morris. And if you go to the end, he talks about wholesaling subject to. He talks about his foreclosure system, creative financing with tight money market. So equity sharing, the answer for the 80s. This is a book from 1983 about creative finance, how to syndicate single family homes. He has how to cash flow creative deals, all these things. And it's so funny. He talks about, here's simple cash flows, selling the option. He calls it dumping. They have different words. He's called it dumping the dog. Here's a statement on here about how to do PITI. The book from 1983.
Guys, keep in mind.
How to Stop Foreclosure. This is the information that is older than us.
I think the 1980s was the greatest educational period for creative financing ever.
Well, because this guy,
if
he
you look
survived
at
the 70s with high interest rates.
I know.
With creative.
But
this is gold right here.
It's like some of the stuff, like I will tell you, I remember the first time picking up some of these basic books I do when I first got introduced to wholesaling. And I remember just like, I was like, crap, I didn't even know these rules existed. I didn't know you could do this. Like, how could you do this? And I'm just like, I got so excited reading this stuff. I go, man, if even a quarter of this stuff's true, I'm all in. And it's all true. Do we have things we have to navigate through? Yes. But I'm telling you guys, like when you're so used to like, okay, we're going to buy a house, we're going to get a mortgage, we're going to put down 3%. And you see how the rules go trading real estate. It's a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun.
I know. So just let everyone know, like a lot of the knowledge is from people from the 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, 30s. Amazing. The book behind us, How Real Estate Fortunes Are Made by George Bockel, I talk about that all the time. That's a book from 1972 about wholesaling, real estate, lease options, how to find motivated sellers. It's basically a wholesaling book before wholesaling was wholesaling. And it was from the 70s from a guy that's been in the real estate business for decades.
Unbelievable. I mean,
And so
really
that guy
good
learned
book.
from a guy from the 1910s. He probably learned from something from the 1800s. So that is kind of the point here, guys.
We should get permission to reprint it.
It's
Give
not
it out to
reprint. It's
everyone.
so that book's over $300 now. FYI, guys, if you see that book, the book was trading for $20. Now it's 300 because of our content.
It's really good. It's really original content, and you can even look at it today and get like a history lesson on the progression of how, really wholesaling and real estate investing. Like if they were thinking this way back in the 50s and 60s, and knowing what you know today, you can actually you can look at some trends going on. It's extremely helpful.
So FYI, it's an amazing book. But yeah, all right. So let's break this all down and share exactly, okay, you got no money. Now we know what to do here. Okay. Well, what if I had $100 a month budget, right? The reason I'm talking about $100 a month budget is because there's less time you have to put in. So definitely lists, right? So we got government lists. Those are definitely going to be the lists that I think we should be doing. On top of that too, I don't know why this didn't get added here, but we can get an X leads list, right? So I'm not too crazy on X lead list with $100 a month budget. I'll be honest with you. So we're just going to do basically stacked lists and very, very targeted lists. So maybe a vacant pre-foreclosure, something like that, right? Go inside of X leads and do it. This is not an X leads infomercial, but I'm not telling you to do high equities. I'm not telling you to do tired landlords. We just don't have enough volume or time or money to be pumping that stuff up. We really don't. But yeah, stacked lists, targeted lists are going to be great. But really, government list, we should pull a government list and put it into X leads for the skip tracing, right? Again, wow, what in the world's going on?
You keep touching it.
I don't know. Center list. There we go. Okay, cool. Now, marketing channels. We could start expanding it a little more on the marketing channel side. So definitely what we should be doing is single line dialer, which you can do inside of Ninja mode, which is awesome. You can auto drip your SMS. So you can send 3,000 a day, 1,000 a day, 500, whatever you want inside of it. That's what I'd be doing. We have some money to put sticky notes out. So let's do that. We call it reverse drawing for dollars again. Digital bandit signs, email blasting on Ninja mode, which is really cool. We send ROS emails, and that's basically our triple tap system, right? Triple tap, again, is going to be us sending an offer email, an offer text, and an offer call, and a voicemail does get dropped in there, which is absolutely amazing. That's why we love Ninja mode from there. Hiya! Ninja mode. Guys, ninjas are awesome. That's the point. We are wholesaling ninja. But yeah, that's how you do it on the marketing channel side. Again, we got some budget for it. Now, our budgets, we can do a little less budgety stuff, but on the time, I'll be honest with you, I'd probably still keep the 20 to 40 hours. I'm assuming 20, maybe have a full-time job. There, with a single line dialer, we can get a lot more done. We don't have to spend any time skip tracing, which is awesome. So we can use that towards texting and really get it done very well. A money budget, probably $100 a month for X leads, and X leads has a drawing for dollars app in it, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You get $49 a month to get the annual plan, but again, that throws off budgets maybe. So yeah, definitely 197 is for X leads, but I'm assuming text stuff like that. Now, KPIs are the same, and the tools are just a little different. We're just going to be using X leads for a CRM, e-signing, dialer, and texting and skip tracing. Guys, you can use any other software you want for this too, just FYI. But you are not going to be able to really use it. I'll be honest with anyone, for under $100 a month, you're not going to be able to get a dialer, texting, unlimited skip tracing, a CRM, and e-signing. I don't think there's any software that does that for under 100. So
Under 100, like under 500, like it's
amazing.
It's a lot of stuff.
But guys, I'm not here to sell it. I'm just telling you that's the tools I would be telling you to do. Not because we own the software, but not because I think it's top 4 wholesaling softwares in the country now.
That's what'll make you a very effective.
It's the only one you get
wholesaler.
for under $100. But okay, FYI. Knowledge base again. We got the Discord and we got the free wholesaling. Now at $500, this is when we can kind of go a little nuts. We could really start pumping things up like crazy. And it's not any different than 100, except we're adding more volume. And what I mean by this is we're using government lists. So that's great. On top of that too, we're going to add our X leads lists. So you can actually use any other data provider with this now because you can use other ones. But high equities will be great if you're in a smaller market, right? High equity with the filters. High equity would be great. Love the vacants. Again, you got pre-foreclosures in there, but I think a tired landlord would be great. Tired landlords. And the one thing I will tell you on these type of lists, I'll just do it for high equity, but you want like 3 years ownership, right? You want 3 years ownership. You want them to be, you want to exclude what we call active investor owned. Active investor owned. I did not spell that right. I did not like it. This is not how to spell check.
There you go.
That's not good. Active investor owned. You want it under basically $500,000. It depends on your market, but usually you want to be under $500,000, right? You want it to not be on market and not active. Exclude active investor owned. These are people that own multiple properties and are actively buying for cash. You don't want to be on market. Take it off there. There's also some other stuff there. I mean, I'd probably put at least 55% equity or above. So boom, that's pretty cool. And then this is a rough one. You should do it for all your lists, but that's gonna be like 5, 6, 7,000, right? That's pretty good. I think on the.
Do you want to put ownership on that one?
3 years ownership.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, ownerships.
See?
Oh my gosh, this is education.
This is why I lose my phone and my wallet all the time.
I got you the Apple Watch.
I see it.
I literally gave you an Apple Watch, and it shows you, and it's not connected. Breaks my heart.
Wow, yeah, I won't tell you how old that watch is. I got enough watches, like trust me. I got watches stuck here and there, and this one needs winding, and this one tells me I sleep too much, or my favorite is it tells you when you're stressed.
Yeah.
You're usually associated with that.
Hey, there we go. Hey, okay. I've sat you down so many times. I'm like, we make enough money not to be stressed.
No,
Okay.
no. Like,
Yeah.
so it's listen, everybody has stress. You just choose what kind of stress you want. You can have stress of being broke, or you can have rich people problems. Like, I'm okay with it. But like sometimes, like I'll be discussion with you, or it sends you a notification going, you're in a stressful moment. You need to back off. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. And you guys will get that too a little bit when you meet with sellers and your heart starts racing. It's good. It's good things. Don't run from it. Engage it.
Oh yeah. So again, we're going to be using a triple line dialer. So you can use really any other one. Modo's a great one. I know Batch Dialer is a pretty decent one. I like the Wave Dialer inside of in Ninja Mode X Leads. That's probably the best one. It's connected. You can do the triple line with it. Sorry, triple tap in there. Again, bulk SMS blasting, sticky notes, digital bandit signs, email blasting, triple tap. And then at $500 a month, we can start adding in probate mailers. Now, what your budget should look like for this, again, 20, 40 hours, I would say. But you got to remember the money budget is a little different. So about $500 a month. And roughly where that money should be going right now is going to be $97 a month for X Leads, $150 for a triple line dialer, which is the Wave Dialer inside of Ninja Mode, and then sending out about 25,000 texts. It's actually under that number. What's 20? Let me actually do the math. 25,000 multiplied by 0.0087. That's $217. My bad. $217. Then use the rest for, I don't know, whatever you want. But basically, that's pretty dang good for $500 a month. I don't think you can really beat that.
The best
especially if you want to get a deal a month. It's a great system. Again, KPIs you track. We're going to be using X Leads for everything, and then some ChatGPT is also great, and then our knowledge base. Now, when we're looking to scale up a little more, stuff's pretty decent, right? Pretty much any high. I know it's crazy to say
because you need the quantity,
but you need at this point you need quantity.
Yeah.
So any high equity list on X Leads
to catch all,
go after it. All the government lists, import that in there. Marketing channels are going to be VAs for your calling, VAs for your SMS, sticky notes, digital bandit signs, and if we want to get a little fancy, ROS postcards with your direct mail. We teach that in wholesaling.com, right? Now your budget, your time can be 5 hours, 10 hours, 20. I mean, it's really up to you how you want to structure it. The more time you work, obviously it's going to be the best. So just kind of keep that in mind in there too. That's what we'll be doing. Now, your money budget, again, if I had to budget out some money for you, 30,000. Why am I doing the math wrong? What's 30,000 text? $261. There we go. Ninja Mode's stupid cheap. So about $199, I would say, for the pro plan on X Leads, because you want to get the Dispo tools on there, right? You just want to be able to put in a city and then the top buyers pop up, all skip traced. So definitely check that out. But $199 a month for the pro plan on X Leads. You get the X plan too for $249 a month. But send out 30,000 texts. You spend about $3,000 in direct mail. Use the dialer and spend the rest on VAs. That is the best way to go out here and use the best return on investment. Now, KPIs, I'm going to tell you right now, you want to focus on those. The tools, again, X Leads, ChatGPT, and then the knowledge base. Now, the last part I want to teach on this type of method is what is your return on ad spend going to be? I think that's the part that not a lot of people talk about. So there are a lot of different ways to get a return on ad spend. We're very big on, if you're not making at least 5X, what's the point? So if you're spending, again, $0, that is infinity return on ad spend. So I don't really think I need to show that. But $100 a month, you should be roughly, I mean, if you're crazy, 30 to 50X. So I call it a ROAS, right? That's the internet term. But if you spend $100 a month, you should get 30 to 50X on that money. Again, it's a lot of you leveraging, but that's the best return on ad spend, right? You're spending $100 on there. Now, if you are spending $500 a month, you're going to be probably around a 20X, 20, maybe 40. But when you're spending $500 a month, you should expect a 20X return on ad spend, which is a great one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you like Facebook ads or something like that, you're probably at 2X, maybe 3X. It's not good. I've actually seen the best one outside of the stuff we talk about is PPC. PPC is about a 5X return on ad spend, but remember, the same as direct mail.
Yeah.
But let me tell you the caveat here. You have to pay the agency pretty much half. So now you're at 2X. That's the main issue. Like talking about not paying the agency, you're about 5X. It's probably on par with direct mail.
Yeah.
But you got to pay the agency like half.
You guys have to understand when you outsource your marketing, which don't get me wrong. If I could do it and make a 10X return, I would do it all day long. The more you go to like these agencies and they do everything for you, your returns they start to dwindle. And the reason why they're trying to find the market price to charge you for their services and do everything and still let you make a little bit of money. Now, this is what franchises are found on. Like if you ever find a franchise owner, for the most part, they're just employees. And like they sell them the dream, they're not going to do it. The problem is when you outsource pay-per-click, pay PPL, stuff like that, is you will get deals. But the question is, are you going to get a return on your investment? Go ahead.
Here's the problem. Let's say you're like a master ninja at PPC. I know a couple guys like this.
Yeah.
I actually talked one of the largest.
But
PPC,
that's a skill set in itself.
But I've talked to one of the largest PPC people in the wholesaling space. And I legitimately asked this person to their face. Because I'm like, maybe I want to go all out on PPC and just like share it, right?
Yeah.
I said, what would happen if I brought you 1,000 people ready? Because I got thousands in it. Like I got a lot of people that would love to do it, right? I said, what if I had 50 people in Houston want to do PPC with you? Say, I can't do it. There's conflict of interest. Because you can't have 50 clients in Houston and you're bidding on PPC with 50 different clients, right? You can't do that. They're all bidding for the same keyword while you're going to give one guy the lead. It's not good. Now, here's the thing. Now, okay, well, do PPL. Here's the problem with PPL too. The more people, let's say we add 1,000 wholesalers in Houston, in Texas for PPL.
Mm-hmm.
And no, let's use Mississippi. Better example. It's a smaller market. So if I had 500 new wholesalers do PPL in Mississippi, right, on one service provider.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that PPL only has to run the same ad. So it's great. There's no competition issue. But then the wholesalers are bidding on that lead. And what happens when you have 1,000 new buyers do a bid process? Prices increase. So that is the main issue with PPC and PPL that I'm currently seeing. Facebook ads are an issue because they're all bid-based systems. So the more wholesalers that do this method, the more expensive it goes, the return on ad spend goes down. So the cool part is in cold calling, texting, and all these other, when there's more wholesalers in there, yeah, you have to work a little harder sometimes, but the return on ad spend stays the same if you're willing to work hard. That's the main issue.
And guys, those services like we talk about, at some point, they're going to find a market price where people go, you know what? It's just not worth it. And until demand pulls back and prices go down, they're going to push the limit to find out what breaks it. I don't know about you. I don't pay market price for anything. It's in my DNA. I'm a wholesaler, and you have to understand that. And people go, well, isn't direct mail the same thing? You have a market price. No, it's the stamp and understanding how to do it. But check this out. For the average pay per lead for what you spend, you're going to have to spend $7,000 to $8,000. Like just even have a shot at a deal. I don't care how you, like I've seen the numbers. Do you know in a direct mail campaign that you run, you're in control, you get incoming calls so you can leverage it, you can be exposed to 17,250 people. Let me ask you, do you think the odds are in your favor with 17,000 plus people? Or maybe you try 15 or 20 leads to see if it sticks. I promise you, you're going to have much more success with that because you control it. You're not paying market price. And here's the funny thing about people complain about the cost of direct mail. It's like pretty much a fixed cost. They change the price of stamps about once a year and that's it. And you put it out there. And here's the best part is these are off-market properties, direct to seller, people who need to sell. Now, same thing can be for PPL and PPC. Here's the differences. PPL, PPC, they're purely transactional. Either you give them the number they want or that's it. There's no sales involved. It's like, will you take this? Okay, will you take this? Us, we develop relationships, develop trust. We figure out how to solve their problem and we give them a solution. Do we close everyone? No. But my deals, I can make 30, 40, 100 grand. The average PPL, maybe 10 to 12, maybe 15. You're rarely going to see them much higher than that. And that's the problem.
Yes, but I'll tell you this because I don't want to sound like I'm a mean guy. PPL, I know people that close plenty of deals doing it.
They do it.
And I know people that close a ton of deals on PPC and they make great return on ad spends. But I'll let you know, just as many people succeeding are, we were talking to somebody yesterday. I kid you not. He got his first deal from a PPL provider. Okay. How much did he make? He said, don't say the name. I think he made 25 grand. He bought one lead for 25. He paid like $50 for it on a PPL provider.
It was like 100, but whatever.
100 or whatever, right? Back in the day, he made 25 grand. He's like, oh my gosh, I
solved it.
I've solved wholesaling. He goes in and buys 300 leads throughout a year.
300 guys.
300 leads. I kid you not. And this PPL keeps going up in price. He didn't close one deal. And this is a guy who's making, I think, over 40 grand a month now.
And keep in mind the 15 grand he made, it all went out the window because these agencies, I gotta do, they're smart.
Sounds like a casino to me.
They know how to take take a winner, and then they go, oh crap, I'll buy 100 more from you. And that's the problem with it. So listen,
it's not the PPL provider's
PPL
fault.
And PPC works.
It does work.
You have to have capital and you have to have experience and understanding. You are now on the transactional side. A lot of our methods aren't going to work because we don't know these people. We don't have a relationship with them.
Let's explain that. Our closing methods are not working when you spend $500, $600 in a lead. All of our closing methods are happening on inbound and outbound sellers when you produce the lead yourself. That's why qualification is big.
You have control.
When you buy a lead, qualification is not a big deal. That's why when I close on a Facebook ad, that I used to run a bunch of Facebook ads, it's a lot different closing process. Yeah. But so yeah, 20x. Remember, this is not a guarantee return on ad spend. This is just on average. You should be able to, if you spend $500 a month and you really go all out on your marketing, you're spending 50, 60 hours a week, you're doing the calls, you're doing everything we're saying. That is what we have found most wholesalers who do that. They're all smaller. Now, once you're at like 5 grand a month, I will tell you, you're probably going to be at a 5 to 8x.
Sometimes I'll let you take it from here. I got to go to that.
Okay. So cool. We'll talk later.
Okay.
But I'll tell you this right now, 5 to 8x ROAS, return on ad spend, is probably roughly we're going to be at on here. And, that's not insane. I think 5 to 8 is what we find on direct mail. And that's the best scaled one where we have very, very consistent results on. And there's other guys, that they get better returns and they get worse returns than me. But when I look at the average wholesaler throughout all the countries in the world, that's roughly where we're at on there. So those are what you should expect when you're spending money with marketing, what you should kind of roughly be at. There are people who 2x, 3x, that's okay. But just really understand that I would rather you spend $0 and then get some money and then have an infinite returns from there. But yeah, that's just me on this. So yeah, let me answer your questions. Let's Can I export this mind map? There's definitely a lot on here. Can I export? Export document. Mind map under. Can I do it in a mind map format? All right, let's see if I can share the link for everyone on here. On my computer. Wait, can I just get a link to share this thing? Let me share the link on here. All right, we'll work on. We'll put it in freewholesaling.com for everyone. But yeah, let's answer any questions you guys have really quick about wholesaling houses. So there we go. Look what we got here. We got Comps Move says, I have a digital band assigned course tab to watch right after this live. I'm excited. Let's go. Love to see that. Awesome. Awesome. So let's keep going here. Let's see here. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll figure out how to do it. Let's go. What's up, Steven? How are you? Day's going amazing. How are you doing today? Yeah, basic X leads are able to drive for dollars on it. Great question. Buddy says, looking for a future 2025 money lenders. So I wouldn't be borrowing money, but yeah. Let's see here. So Sandra, that's a great question. How often should we be pulling these lists? So a government list, you should do it as many as you can, right? Once a week would probably be best, especially when you're brand new, because you need that advantage. When you're at like maybe twice a month if you want to go a little crazier. But yeah, that's roughly where I'd be at. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see. Some good questions, though. Spartanburg's an amazing market. Let's see here. Yeah, Silly. So the cyberback. So you want the name of the app that gives you the phone numbers. So it's going to be cyberbackgroundchecks.com and or truepeoplesearch.com or XLeads. But yeah, guys, you want to check it out? You just go to freewholesaling.com to learn how to do it. Let's see here. Some good questions, though. Let's see here. I like this. Robert says, best advice I've ever been given, fall in love with the no's. That is the point. Fall in love with rejection. Fall in love with people saying no to you. I know it sounds crazy, but once you get used to it, you start getting one step closer to the yes. Let's see here. Melissa's got a great one. She says, if anyone out there who feels big and haven't gotten to that place where when someone's rude, it doesn't affect you, it's okay. If you need to tear up for a second, it's okay. Take a breathe and dry. Yeah, to a point. I'm at the point in my life where I've had so many people say mean things about me that like it just doesn't matter anymore, because my mindset for this is, first and foremost, if you say something mean about me, you don't truly know me. You might know me in a business sense, but you got to remember that why am I calling you? I'm calling you because I'm trying to make money. So like, are you going to tear me up for trying to make money? That's kind of stupid. Number two, you don't know me. My mom, someone that knows me really, really well is my mom, and my mom thinks I'm cool. So if you want to say something mean to me in my face, I always say my mom thinks I'm cool. I legitimately had people go to my face and told me, you're an idiot, all these things. And I said, well, my mom thinks I'm cool. And then those people say, oh, wait, what? Like, yeah, my mom thinks I'm cool. And she knows me better than you. So I trust her opinion of me over what you think. And it's always a fun joke, but it's not a joke. But like, your mom knows you best. And, your mom thinks you're cool. And that stupid person doesn't think you're cool. So whose opinion should you value? Do you value that person's opinion over your mom's opinion of you? And if you have a bad, maybe your spouse, dog, whatever, if you don't have a mom, right? But like, that's what I would say. That's always the thing I look at. So if somebody says something mean to you on a cold call, it's like, well, my mom thinks I'm cool. That's legitimately, that's what I think. And if I think that person's opinion of me is more important than my mom's opinion of me, you have to reevaluate your life. All right. Make that money. And you got to remember, when someone says something mean to you, remember it's a reflection on themselves. And but you got to also remember sometimes when someone says something mean to you, it's half of their insecurity. But it's also, if it hurts you, it might be some parts of truth. So if you're short and someone says you're short and you get angry about it, maybe it's an insecurity about being short. Now, your height doesn't really make you a better man or woman or anything like that. That's kind of stupid. But just saying. So you got to remember that you're the only person that lets it affect you. So, but just if you understand that someone's going to say something mean to you on cold call and it happens, you're already expecting it. Expectations minus reality. That's the best way I can always. That's always my framework of thinking about it. Let's see here. Does XLead have a dialer? Yes, XLead has a dialer. You can use Google Voice in it for free. You can pay for the single line dialer or pay for the triple line dialer. Let's see here. Yeah, so we actually have some recorded seller appointments on there. And I think one was like 2 hours. Oh, that was a tough deal. It was like a 2-hour appointment. I was training with one of my acquisitions guys in there. I don't know who. And I recorded it. And this was a while back, but it was like 2 hours. Like, oh, Lord. Ended up, I mean, that was a deal. That was a deal of a lifetime. But yeah. On the 7th day of running wholesale, I just randomly landed on you guys. Question, how do you figure out how much you should charge for an assignment deal? That's a great question. Daniel, whatever you figure out your MAO is, that's roughly how much you should charge. And I'd probably maybe slightly below that. So yeah, that's roughly how I do it. Let's see here. Can you guys, you could definitely wholesale from Pakistan. Don't worry. I always like those Pakistan memes from I'd sacrifice my own life. All my friends, we share that video once a month. I kid you not. That is one of my favorite TikToks. And that's probably not a good one to talk about on air, but that thing, I laugh every time. I don't know why. I think my meme humor is really bad. So yeah. All right. What's up? Appreciate all the love and support today, guys. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's cold today. Let's see here. Got some networking going on. So Wes 8, if you're on the wrong landing page, try an incognito tab. Maybe your cookies aren't cleared on there. You can search school.com/wholesaling or click the link in the description of the video and it should work for you. So says, yeah, I was manually texting on Google Voice and somebody told me to go F off. Yeah, I mean, you just get that every day. You gotta remember, most people are really like, some people they just have a bad day and you can't let that affect you. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, David's spitting facts today. Yeah, I think it's hilarious when people get angry when all you do is ask. That's all you do is ask them a question. That's it. I'm not trying anything crazy. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just asking you a simple question. Let's see here. Hi, Impactor X leads. Monica, the TCPA is not going to impact X leads. We're releasing a video on Monday when the law comes into effect explaining the entire thing. So make sure you subscribe to Flip with Rick on YouTube. It's going to be on there. But as long as you're not a realtor, this regulation will not affect you if you are doing the lead yourself. Simple as that. You are not telemarketing. You're actually not doing the FCC's. This law only affects people for telemarketing. You are not telemarketing if you look at the DNC law. And we have plenty of case law proving that. So yeah. Appreciate that, Levi. 300 ROS going round after this one. Woo! Love to see that. We're getting offers out there with X leads. That's awesome. Let's see here. So D Green Money says, what's the step after getting both contracts signed? So if you get the purchase and sale signed and then the assignment of contract signed, what you need to do next is bring first the purchase and sale should have been brought to the title company, and then the assignment of contract gets sent to the title company. So we have a chain of title, and we make sure the title company gets a closing date set. We get all the information, and we close smooth and easy, and we get our holy massive wholesaling check. And we post it in freewholesaling.com. We say, thank you, Zach. And just to show people that is possible and you can do it. There we go. All righty. Let's see what other questions we got here. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Luca? How are you, man? I'd love to see that. So let's see. Oh, it looks like it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So CBOC, I don't even know what CBOC means, but okay. Can you show how to comp properties while on the phone when the seller's trying to build a rapport? So a little difficult, but yes. So you just got to remember, if you're on the phone, it's really hard to keep a script when you're comping and doing it at the same time. I've become an expert at comping while talking. And it's kind of like I turn into a drone in my brain. Like I know exactly what to say. And what I basically do is I just go through MCTP. Motivation, condition, time frame, and price. And so Rick told me this when I first started wholesaling, and that's always the script that I've always used. And it's worked well for me. So go after it, right? But yeah, so I would say that, and then just think of that and then go through comps. If you're using like a free source for comping, I'd say Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com on your phone. It's definitely a lot more painful to do. But my question is, why are you trying to comp while on the phone with them? Why don't you just try to get some information and then call them back after? The reason is, like, if it's an incoming lead, I'm assuming it's maybe it's not. Maybe it's an outgoing lead. You don't need to just say, hey, how much are you thinking about selling the property for? Hey, are you interested in selling the property? Yes. Are you the owner? Yes. Okay, great. Can you tell me a little bit more? MCTP. Awesome. Let me talk this over with my partner, Rick. That's what I always do. Rick's my partner. And we go over it, then we call, get the appointment, go there, close the deal. We love doing that in person. Virtual wholesaling, I still do that in the virtual side. I don't try to cold call. They say they're looking to sell the property. I try to close them right there. I leave it some time. I do some analysis, and then I comp without being on the phone with them. But sometimes I'll still comp and look at it just to do it. Sometimes I like to pop up the address and then kind of go from there and ask questions about that. But don't feel like you have to completely comp the property first starting out. JC, what's going on, man? I'm in week 1 and I already have sent 300 texts. Let's go. Woo! Love to see that. Congratulations. Let's see here. It drives me crazy. People don't think we're live. Like, this is the most insane. Do people think I just like fake a live stream? Like, I'll sit down for an hour and a half and just like, oh, let's record it. You gotta be kidding me. When I'm live, I'm live. I'm also live on TikTok, by the way. So go on TikTok, go on Flip with Rick on YouTube, and then boom. Tell everyone on the YouTube channel I'm really live. There we go. Let's see here. Charlie says, how do you pull the probate list virtually? So go to freeholesaling.com. We'll teach you how to do it there. And you basically go to clerk of the court or the court dockets and go by probate records. Now, it's a little more cross-referencing we teach in freeholesaling.com, but it's not impossible. We have some actual videos that YouTube does not allow, and we have them under Vimeo, I think, or Wistia, and we actually have that, so YouTube doesn't actually host the video, and it's in freeholesaling.com or the school community, so it's pretty cool in there. Let's see here. Gotta watch that. Yeah, it's going to be a good video. So, guys, keep that bookmarked. So, January 27th, 1 o'clock Eastern, I'm dropping a massive video on these regulations, how they're going to work. And I'll be honest with you, don't freak out over it. It doesn't affect us if we're not a realtor, but I will still go over the law. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm not going to pretend like you're an idiot. I'm going to treat you like a real human being that can read. And we're going to read the law together and we're going to look at it and I'm going to interpret what I think and what actual is going to happen. So if you want to do that, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, Flip with Rick on YouTube. Make sure you go out here and smash that like button, subscribe, and join the free community, freewholesaling.com. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, I will be live inside of the Discord. So go in there, check it out, and I appreciate it. Guys, got any value, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.